welcome to another live segment with TGR Exotics in Spring, Texas. And today we have this beautiful female Aldabra tortoise. Now, the Aldabra tortoise is the second largest species of tortoise in the world, right under the Galapagos. Now, so a lot of times people tend to get turtles and tortoises confused. Now, the easy rule of thumb is tortoises are predominantly terrestrial, spend all their time on land, and turtles are either semi-aquatic or in some instances almost live a fully aquatic lifestyle. So this girl right here is only about 8 years old, believe it or not. The Aldabra tortoise does not reach maturity until they are 25. At that point in time, she will be around 340 pounds. Males can get up to 550 pounds. Extremely large animals. Now these guys are found on the Aldabra Atoll, which is a small group of islands on the edge of the Seychelles archipelago, east of Madagascar in the Indian Ocean. And on that island, when they are full grown, they have no natural predators. The young tortoises might have to watch out for large crabs, dogs, and cats that have been introduced by man. But other than that, full-grown tortoises have nothing to fear from any natural predators, as they do not have any. Now, the main characteristic that defines turtles and tortoises is their shell. So the shell is actually an extension of the rib cage. It connects with the ribs and also connects with the vertebrae. It starts with the plastron on bottom, oh, she doesn't like that, huh? And then moves to the carapace over top. And they are combined in the middle by what we call the bridge. And if you look at the shell, you got all these little segments here. These are called scutes. Now the shell at its base is made of bony plates, and these scutes right here that align the top of it are made of keratin, the same thing as your fingernails. And as the tortoise grows, so does the shell. What happens is they get these cool little rings around it because, like I said, the scutes are made of overlapping layers of keratin. Now, a common misconception is that you can tell the age of a turtle or a tortoise by counting the rings around the scutes. That is not true, because it all depends on how fast they're growing, how much they're eating. They get several scutes or several rings around the scutes in a year. So this is not an accurate way to determine the age of this tortoise. You'd have to have been around them since they were first hatched. And that's the only way you can actually tell the true age of this animal. Another thing not a lot of people know about turtles and tortoises is that they all have feeling in their shell. So there are nerve endings here. So this is a tough area that is used to protect themselves, but they still have feelings, so they can get hurt. People used to believe they didn't, and there's been some unfortunate accidents in the past because of that. But now we know that they have complete feeling in their shell. It's not all that exaggerative right now. But if you guys would like, you can ask questions. If you have any, I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. These guys right here can reach anywhere of 180 to 250 years of age. So one of the longest living animals in the world. Extremely old. Now they are herbivores, predominantly herbivores. They'll feed on grass, leaves, and flowers in the wild. Oh, hi, Kristen. Thanks for joining us. But one thing a lot of people know about this tortoise species right here is that if vegetation is scarce, they have been known to eat carrion, so they will eat dead animals, and even young tortoises have been seen to eat small insects and things like that. But for the most part, these are herbivores. They're going to eat mostly vegetation. Here at TGR Exotics, we feed them nothing but vegetation. They're big grazers, so they like to go around and eat the grass. You see some romaine lettuce right here. Normally they will get collard greens, mustard greens, squash, sweet potato, all that good stuff. Cactus paddles. And whenever the dandelions start to grow, they really love to eat those. Now, these guys, whenever it gets too hot for them, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll find a nice puddle of water to sit in, take a nice mud bath. If they don't have that, they'll actually dig a small depression in the ground, and then they'll put the lower half of their body in, and then the shell will just dome over. Hello, Brighton and Sherry. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, turtles and tortoises belong to an order of reptiles known as testudines, okay? These guys are extremely ancient. They're the oldest relative that they have that we know of to date was Papa Shelley's, who dates back 242 million years, so around the time of the mid to late Triassic. So as far as we know, the beginnings of these wonderful animals dates back almost as old as the dinosaurs. So their wonderful design has proven very successful over the many millions and millions of years that they have existed on this planet. Really cool. She's really loving that romaine lettuce right there. Look at that. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. It's the good stuff right here. Yeah. She probably don't want to take my seconds, but here you go, sweetheart. I'm touching it. It's disgusting. Now, another thing is you'll notice when you look at her feet, she's got more like elephant feet, right? This is a very heavy animal. So she needs these limbs right here, be like an elephant, to support that weight, right? Now, if we were to look at a turtle, their feet, they'd have their toes farther spread apart, and they'd have webbing to aid them in the water. And their shell isn't quite as domed. It's closer. Well, it's farther down, it's more streamlined, easier for them to move through the water. As these guys, you see, it's a nice big dome. Now, full grown, this shell will be around 4 feet. So these guys have quite a bit of growing. Like I said, this girl right here is only 8 years old. So we're looking forward to seeing how big she'll be here at TGR Exotics whenever she's full grown. Big 300-pound tortoise. Oh, hi, Danny. Oh, thank you for tuning in. All these wonderful people, we love them so much. Now, if you guys would like, please tune in tomorrow at 3 o'clock for our amazing snakes. We have some really awesome reptiles. Have a wonderful snake collection here. And if you could, go check in at tgrexotics.com to see how you can help us out, either with food, monetary donations. We greatly appreciate all those things. And thanks again to Taza and Min for your donations, and Joel as well, and Lauren and Bart. Thank you all so very much for donating to TGR Exotics here in Spring, Texas. We greatly appreciate everything that you're doing for us. It's absolutely wonderful that you guys help out in the way that you do. And there we go. The Aldabra tortoise, my friends. Truly awesome animal. Nobody has any questions about them. I'm surprised. How could you not have so many questions about such a magnificent creature?
Say, can they hear you?
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. People just don't have questions about testudines. I'm shocked.
Ask again.
Hello, Ella. Yes, thank you for tuning in. Do you have a question? I would love to answer it, all of them.
I wish we could find some poop.
Yeah, they're a bit faster than you might think, huh? Look at them go. It's all in the romaine. Delicious treat.
Let's see.
This girl right here, this female in particular, may start between 150 and 175 pounds, but when she is full grown, she gets up to 340 pounds. Very large. And her boyfriend, hopefully be around 550 pounds. Extremely large. Need a crane to lift them at that point.
Can you guys hear Nick?
Have no questions about the Aldabra tortoise. I am shocked. The second largest tortoise in the world, remember. It's amazing.
It's hard for light. Get some greens.
guys right here consume quite a bit of food every day. As far as the exact weight, I am not completely sure, as they are grazers, so most of the time they're going to be roaming around this yard here feeding upon grass and different weeds that grow about. But every day we do feed them collard greens with mustard greens, cactus paddles, squash, zucchini, cucumber, and sweet potatoes. We get quite a diverse diet every day. Oh, and they also get hay as well. So these guys, when they are full grown, they do not have any natural predators. Though when they are small, there are giant crabs that will feed on the young in the Aldabra atoll, along with cats and dogs that are an invasive species down there introduced by man. But like I said, when they are full grown, no natural predators. Nothing's gonna eat this girl right here, even at this age. She's only 8 years old. They do not have teeth. They just have these nice mandibles right here, or their beak. It's very sturdy, and it's good at ripping apart vegetation, as you can see her doing right here with the grass. Yes, no teeth. These are toothless animals here. Okay, so the name, well, actually, I don't have a name for these guys, but if you would like, in the comments, you guys can actually bring us some name suggestions. We have 2 females and a male. Hey, if we get some good names in there, we'll introduce whoever gives us the best name. We'll give you a shout out tomorrow in our amazing snake segment. To whoever gives us the best name for the 2 females and the male, you can name them today. Yeah, see, it's like a
Here we go.
dog with a shell. Loves her scratches. Or maybe she's annoyed, who knows? Yes, don't go thinking you can go kick turtles and tortoises and they won't feel just because they have this awesome shell for protection. Alright? That's just rude. They do feel everything in these shells.
Here comes the other one. Let's see.
Beautiful girl. Comes the other girl from some scratches. Yes, this girl right here also loves her neck scratched. Beautiful. They do have a rather long neck, especially when it comes to tortoises, and they'll use this to grab vegetation from low-hanging branches to get at the leaves and such. So yes, rather long neck when it comes to tortoises. Loves it being scratched. Very personable for a reptile. Yes, they can feel it all. They can feel the shell. They have nerve endings in the shell. And of course, they definitely feel the scratches on the neck. Yes. The shell is just part of the skeleton, so I mean, if you broke your bone, it would not feel good. I said the outer layers here, the scutes, are made of overlapping layers of keratin, the same thing as your fingernails. Yes, nerve endings all throughout the shell. And these segments right here actually connect to the vertebrae of the tortoise right here. These are the vertebral scutes. Sweet girl. We're getting some good name suggestions. You guys just keep them coming in. We'll pick the best names, all right? I'll give you a shout out tomorrow. Amazing snakes. Whoever gives us the best name for our tortoises. Keep them coming. If you guys have any more questions or anything, just feel free to ask. And again, you can donate. Go to tgrexotics.com. We're located in Spring, Texas. You guys can go on to our website and see how you can help us out with food and things of that nature for our animals. We greatly appreciate it all. Look at her go. The fastest tortoise alive. Unbelievable. Had her since she's a baby. This one right here is, like I said, is only 8 years old. Very young tortoise. And like I said, she will not reach maturity till she is 25, but we've had her ever since she was a little baby tortoise. Very small. They do not fight. That is predominantly with the males. Male tortoises will fight each other, competing for territory or females, but we have 2 females and a male, so our male is extremely content. He's fine. He's got his 2 girlfriends. He doesn't have any reason to fight with anybody. And the 2 females have no reason to fight. There's plenty of scratches and food to go around. No reason for violence. And yes, again, snakes are tomorrow. Tune in at 3 o'clock for our TGR live segment with our amazing snakes. It's going to be amazing. Tortoises right here, as far as from the front to the back of the carapace, I am not too certain how long they are. I mean, it's say around 3.5 feet or so, maybe a little larger than that, but they get to around 4 feet when full grown. So they roam the yard all day. This is their habitat right here. And what they will do actually is when they get too hot, so over here we have some gazebos, and the corners of the fence, they'll actually dig depressions in the ground, and those will fill up with water and mud, and then they will sit in those to cool off. They do also have a house for when the sun becomes too intense, and they can go inside the house and cool off. Yes, this is their entire habitat right here. These guys have a really nice piece of real estate here at TGR Exotics. Look at her go. You guys believe that these 2 are actually only 8 years old? Hopefully they can live to be up to 250. We shall see. Might be the oldest tortoises ever to live. You never know. When all this stuff clears up, you guys come by for a tour and meet these celebrities right here. We do not race the tortoises. It's a bit difficult to get them to both go in the exact same direction. We could use food as a motivation, but the whole yard is full of food. They like to eat grass. As far as favorite foods, they really love their dandelions, and they'll eat strawberries and things like that. But aside from that, there's nothing we could really set down for them to race each other. There's no motivation. These 2 are 8 years old. Like I said before, they will not reach maturity till 25. And at that point, they can live anywhere from 180 to 250 years. Now, when they are 25, that's when they will be mature. And the males tend to copulate between February and May. And the females will carry around 9 to 25 eggs. They'll carry them within themselves anywhere from 5 to 9 months. And when they lay the eggs, they usually take anywhere from 3 to 8 months for them to hatch. It all depends on the environmental conditions. They don't really make too many noises. Whenever they're annoyed or they're startled, they'll retreat their head back inside. I mean, they can't completely stick their head back. There you go, just like that. So they'll startle them a little bit and they'll breathe heavy. And so they make a slight hissing noise. But aside from that, they're not really a vocal animal whatsoever. So if we look at their head, actually, one thing you'll notice, So right here, these guys don't have true external ears. It's kind of hard to see, but that's the temporal membrane. And so what most people believe, or scientists rather, that their ears are more for balance than they are for actually hearing, but they can hear very low frequencies. As you can see, they don't have a true external ear, just that temporal membrane. Yeah, right there where a finger is. And they have a really good sense of smell. The males will use that to find females. And these two are females right here. These are the girls. The male's out hiding away out of the sun. And their eyesight's not that good, though there are people that say certain tortoises are really good at recognizing color. There's certain foods that people feed their tortoises that they're more attracted to because of the color. But the Aldabra tortoises here don't really have all that great of vision. But like I said, good sense of smell, can hear sounds at very low frequencies. Mostly ears are used for balance. And that's how they do things. That's how they rock and roll. All right, guys, well, thank you for tuning in with another TGR Live segment. We hope to see you join in tomorrow for our amazing snakes. Thank you all again so much.